United Airlines is adding pronouns to their wings. We also lose an aviation legend this week. That news and more on Taking Off. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken, and we have some aviation news for the week. We're brought to you by some pilot-owned companies, so if you can buy from them, it helps support us, like the great camera and tablet mounts at 67 Designs. More on our sponsors at the end and in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Christy says she'll jump out of a plane when we reach 100,000 subscribers, and it's getting close, and she's getting nervous for real. All right, to the news. EAA's Airventure is rapidly approaching. This year, the world's biggest air show will be July 24th through the 30th in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and they're celebrating the 70th year. One of the big happenings this year is the Warbirds in Review. They're doing an up-close and personal stories encompassing the 80 years of Warbirds. If you're planning on flying in, the 2023 notice has been published. Make sure you check that out, and I'll put a link in the description below. The Taking Off crew will be there. Christy and I will be doing on-location in the hangar interviews at the Flying Eyes booth, and we'll try and post a schedule. We're also working on setting up another major YouTuber meet and greet for the Monday, just like we did last year. Would love to see you, so come by and say hi. All right, now moving to news that triggers. United Airlines has announced that pronouns will be added to pilot wings and employee name tags later this year. This comes as they're about to roll out new uniforms to frontline employees. United's Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer makes the case for the use of personal pronouns. These new features give our employees the option to celebrate their years of service with our airline while also identifying in a way that feels most true to themselves. And I just learned that biology isn't a science, it's a feeling. Oh, sorry, I said the quiet part out loud. Well, it's unclear in United's press release whether it will be an option for the employees or if they will be forced to put pronouns on their badges or their wings. Some on social media offer this as a suggestion. United flight attendants, they should have a place on their badges for marks for every time they have to throw someone off the plane, like flags on the side of a fighter plane. Now, I like that. Light up the comment section below. Can't wait to read what you all think. Or maybe I can wait, I don't know. I did have to double check the validity of this story. Some thought this was a satire or a hoax, but no, this is the real deal, straight from United. Okay, the FAA announced this week $100 million to 12 airports to help prevent runway incursions. The money will be used to fund refiguring taxiways, installing airfield lighting, and construction of new taxiways. This new funding is in part due to the rash of close calls that have plagued the industry this year, but the FAA assures us the serious close calls at airports are actually declining. In the most serious category in January, the rate was 0.98 per 1 million takeoffs, and it fell to 0.44 in April. Among the 12 airports include San Diego International for a new taxiway. They still use the runway there to back taxi. And Tucson International, Miami International, Charles B. Wheeler, in downtown Kansas City, they're all among the 12. Okay, the aviation family lost famed SR-71 Blackbird pilot Brian Shul to a heart attack after a speech in Reno on March 20th. He was 75. During Vietnam, Brian was shot down in an AT-28D Trojan, which resulted in a fiery crash behind enemy lines. Badly burned, he was able to climb out of the wreckage, and a rescue helicopter with great effort was able to extract him. He endured many surgeries, and it would have been very easy to just give up and never fly again. But Brian was not going to be kept down. He got back to flight status and flew as part of the A-10 demo team, but more famously volunteered to fly the SR-71 Blackbird, which required astronaut training and an astronaut-level physical, only a couple of years removed from the surgeries where the doctors thought he'd never recover. He was a popular aviation speaker, an author, and for me, most famous for the ground speed check story, sometimes called the LA speed story. If you know, you know. All right, great storyteller, pilot, and human being. We'll miss you, Brian. Okay, that's all the news today. Don't forget to support our sponsors like ClemensInsurance.net. Jerry saved me a lot of money on my insurance because he knows how the system works and goes to bat for me. Give him a call. He'll go to bat for you. And Z-Vision, the brightest landing and taxi lights out there, zvision.com. And if you need a mortgage, go to coltontakingoff.com. Marshall Protective Services, Private Security Elevated MPS, protects.com. And of course, Flying Eyes. Use our discount code TAKINGOFF, all caps, one word, for 10% off. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again, and remember, superior judgment trumps superior skill. We'll see you next time.